Okay, so it's been 2 weeks, Josh. What's this?
That is what used to be the front end of a Cavalier.
No, it's the rear end of a 72 Beetle.
Yeah, if anyone wants to buy this, I don't want it.
The whole car?
Right price.
Well, here we go, let's get those wheels out on the road. It may get dusty, but that's the way she goes. We'll build some greasy old cars and drink our AGV. Hey, don't you know, it's partly built.
So I guess now we got to dig this thing out of here. So we should probably move your jalopy next to it.
Just grab the skid steer and drag it out.
Yeah. We'll get it drug in and see if we can't pull the engine and transmission and stuff out of it, I guess, eh? Strip the fenders and whatnot off the back. Might have to be a little more gentle with this one.
A little less hacksaw.
Yeah. So, welcome back. These windows. Something tells me they just might end up being air scoops for your engine eventually.
There's a good chance.
Yeah, because I don't know how much of a window we'll have there. But I think I convinced Josh that we need to try and make the AC work again.
Might be nice.
Because we're not going to have a lot of airflow in this giant cab. And you know, a fat guy like me can get a little sweaty and stinky after a few days in a hot car. And I don't think he's going to enjoy that.
Yeah, shower.
Shower. Have you got the keys to the beast? We can back it up so you can get in there.
Go grab them out of the house.
And then I guess I'll take the radiator and I'll just put it with the rest of the carcass of the car. That's the extent of my work for the day right there. I was gonna, you know, chain the bumper since we're not worried about keeping it, but I don't think it's on here very well. You know, then 2 little 3/8 bolts over here, 3 3/8 bolts here, but it's not bolted very well inside, so I think we'll be looking for somewhere else to hook to. First rule of building a car: it doesn't matter how big of a hack you are. If you wear a DD Speed Shop shirt, you're going to channel your inner Dan, and it's going to be perfect. So you don't even have to worry. Just go buy a shirt from Dan, and then you're a professional builder. It's as simple as that, really. Bumper on that car looks saggy, Josh. It looks sad.
Looks like someone needs to pay me to fix it.
It's your car. You pay yourself. Let's have a look and see how flat the underside of this is. Go. There's nothing in there. This truly is the best way to move a Beetle, I'm telling you. Oh yeah. Josh's Volkswagen removal service. Look at that. Just set it on top of the back half and we're done. After that efficient moving service, now we just got to get this classy piece of German engineering into the shop and on the hoist so that we can, you know, get rid of everything below here and back on the inside. We ignore this rust. It's okay. I know a body guy. He'll fix this. That's not a problem. Really. Anybody looking for, I thought it was a 1500, but I believe it's actually a 1600 and it's remanufactured by Volkswagen Audi Canada. Clearly, it's in pristine condition. Anybody that needs a Volkswagen engine, hit me up on Instagram or hit Josh up on Instagram. My Instagram is BarkleyBuilt, @BarkleyBuilt. And his is @Fotowski until he gets one for the business. So you need a Volkswagen engine, hit me up. I'll make you a great deal. And it'll even come with the AC pump wherever it drives. Oh no, I lied. The AC pump is already gone. Just the hoses are here. But we got to save those. This is just so the engine can breathe. We'll just put the air filter right here.
Yeah.
We're done.
How did you get your license? Like your mechanic license?
I'm not an auto body guy. That's the difference. I got lots of pieces of paper with my name on them, but none of them say auto body repair or refinisher. What's yours say?
Mine has both.
No. That's what I thought. Look at young Mr. Oh, you're just loving it. Well, you might as well crank open all your windows here.
That's where the window crank is. I was like,
It's on the floor somewhere in here.
it's the bouncy seat. Like,
Well, the seat foam is in the back seat. Looking good, Kyle. I could see you riding in this. Yeah, I did drive this. I see at least 3 different colors in this car. In the roof alone. I think it was white and blue before it was purple.
Have you ever made luck in the butt?
I have no idea.
No, I don't think it would be too tight.
Her or the car?
Hopefully both. Well, I didn't make it in the video.
There's no motor! Working everywhere! Where's the bolt cover? Now, how do you take one apart?
I've never done it.
I never shot, so. Well, the license plate lights on up, that's step 1. Ventilation tubes. Step 2. The transaxle cycle? Oh, yeah. So this is what a Volkswagen pan looks like. My question is, we bother pulling the engine and tranny out, or do we just cut the floor and take it out like that? That was my initial plan, was to pull the engine first, but...
Well, just because
Do you want to take this?
all that shit's gonna have to disappear. No, not really.
Oh, come on.
So like, I don't know. This fucking subframe's
Looking good this morning, Kyle.
Thanks, Mike. I decided to go with your cut on beard. It
Yeah.
worked well.
This is today's beard. Tomorrow's might be different.
Yeah. Going with the handlebar or something, you know.
No, I can't grow that. Oh, there's a patch panel in your floor.
Yeah, I see that.
How else are you gonna pick up chicks down at Billy Bob's?
Looks like there's.
There's no Billy Bobs anymore. Long riders.
Long riders.
The guys at work told me to grow mutton chops.
Yeah.
I like the pan heater though, right on your oil filter.
Yeah, that is quite something.
At least it's got a pan heater. So then these are those expansion tubes and stuff for the heater right here above
That's your stuff.
the cab heat. I love the little twin pea shooter tips. I think we should keep this muffler and run your exhaust into this muffler, Josh.
It wouldn't even.
It wouldn't even choke that thing down. It's duals.
Yeah.
I don't know.
2
You're only adding 0.8 liters. It's not like you're adding a big block to
Got
it.
like 2 1/4 inch pipe on that.
This is quite the little transaxle though.
I think you're gonna choke it down too much, Mike.
Well, there's the starter. There's your heat tubes for your cab. Oh, there's a slight leak here.
See,
Where did that even come from? I can't remember. I know you got it from me, but I know I got it from Dave, but I don't remember why.
straight up though, right?
It might have been for the Cavalier.
Oh, heater pipe.
We could go, like Baja pipe style is what I was initially thinking.
Well, it can't be straight up.
So I guess we'll start by pulling the hood and all the accessory crap out of the way, eh?
Have to see what the fence.
And yeah, I was gonna say we can pull the taillights and the fenders. All right. Well, where he's covered, let's start ripping the crap apart, I guess. some of the bolts came out and some didn't. Look at the Bondo right here. That's
This is unusable.
oh yeah, he'll replace that company. So we got the fenders off the back. There's a little bit of rust here. I mean, this side, it's not too bad. Lots of undercoating on stuff. So I think we're gonna start pulling the suspension off, and then we might just cut a bunch of the exhaust out of the way so we got room to work here. This side, on the other hand, is basically perfect. It's ready for paint, really. I mean, I think 1, 2 bolts come out, 2 broke, and then the rest stayed with the inner fender over there, or the outer fender.
A lot of factory weight reduction.
Well, she's extra lightweight. Beetles were so heavy to begin with. Yeah. And this spray foam here, this is, according to Josh, this is exactly how you should do body work. So, I gotta divert to the professional on that one. I wouldn't have thought that's the way to do it, but
Well,
he tells me that's how it's done.
yeah, you're wrong.
Ow.
What? You getting Howie? Where? You don't have an Howie. Blue Baker.
You joking with Dad? Okay, after screwing around on doing little piddly crap for a while, we come up with a new plan of attack. So, because we're not going to use any of this anymore, I think we're going to cut this like here, all the way across, and we'll undo any bolts we have to do, and we'll just take this whole rear frame, everything behind the pan really, off as one, and just ditch it. We can just throw it all on a pallet, and then he can try and sell it or whatever. It saves us piddling around, so I'm going to start taking out these bolts here for this chunk of the subframe, and I think Josh is going to get started cutting. And we got the #1 mechanic over here. He's making sure Kyle's doing his job correctly. Shop boss. Anyway, I pulled out some stuff and cut some other stuff. And then Josh cut some stuff over here, so you know, really, it's pretty much disassembled. We just gotta be careful. We don't want to ruin these nice AC lines that run down both sides, because we need to reuse those. All right, so we went to tear the seats out of the interior, and I think the bolts go in from below, but the back seat was already out. So we just pulled that out of the cab, pulled some of the wiring through. So we're gonna lift it up and see if we can find the seat bolts now. We are making headway. We just ignore all this. That's fine. Oh yeah, I gotta sue Josh because I'm bleeding. Get ready, I'm gonna own everything here. This Beetle's gonna be mine whether I want it or not.
Well, you're gonna have to fight the bank for it.
Fair enough. So we got the seats out. We had to Google that because we had no idea how. All the back seats gone. We ripped out all the junk. You can see there's a nice patch panel here. It's kind of welded, except for where the floor dipped down, and then they just siliconed that. So we did a little rough measuring. It turns out everything behind right about here where the torque box is will be gone. That should be roughly the front of the engine, but we're not going to know till we start measuring on that framing a little bit. But as soon as Mom's home, we'll get the little man to hang out with her for a bit so we can do a little torching and cutting and make some noise. We tried to keep the 710 cap because it's so cool, but it didn't fit on the Cavi, so it might have to just stay with this.
Yeah, she might just be a donor.
It might be like a Ferrari or a Lamborghini where you just look through the back window and all you see is the valve cover of your pristine race engine.
Probably gonna have to paint the valve cover red.
Gold.
Red and gold.
Red and gold. Get out your paintbrushes, Josh.
Yeah.
Alright, so Josh just went to put the little man down for a nap. We just had a little bite to eat. I put the bolts back in right here because we got a little bit of work we got to do on, he's got a customer job we got to finish. And then we're going to start hacking this out. And although this probably won't do that much, we're hoping it'll stop the whole thing from falling out on our heads. But this thing is in pretty rough shape. Like, I mean, it's not great. It's definitely been schmucked a time or two. It's got some, I'm not going to say subpar bodywork, but it's not the greatest, along with spray foam insulation. That is just the worst thing you can do. Because, like, it's totally rotted this all out. Like, we're going to end up replacing most of this anyway, because we're going to actually end up cutting the inside right about here, right in front of the torque box, which will set it up so that, that's roughly where the front of the engine is, because it's roughly 20 inches from the center of the axle shaft to the front of the engine, so that'll be kind of where our firewall is. And the framing inside will be solid, but it'll be a removable inside firewall, because we're going to have to get to everything on the front of this engine, like alternator, the AC, the oil filter, the intake. It's all on the front side. So anyway, we're going to get some other stuff done and then we'll be back on this. Alright, so we got the truck taken care of. Now Josh is going to start playing with fire.
Yeah, see if I can hopefully not burn the Beetle down or my shop.
Anyway, we got this cut here on both sides. It dropped down a little bit. Josh is just cutting out the center. And we might have to finish that with the Sawzall, but get what we can out of there. We still got bolts holding it. And by the look of this, he's got carpet on fire over here, so I think I'll take care of that. That's exactly where we want that. There's another piece there on fire. There's another flame there. There, thanks. Oh, look at that. You want me to cut some fuel lines or something with the Sawzall?
Well, that's, I don't know what the hell that is.
I can't see from here. That's your shifter rod.
Oh, okay.
It's a mechanical shifter.
Should probably get rid of that.
We can cut that.
Yeah.
You can torch that probably. But all those lines, that's your brake lines and your fuel lines. So we can just cut those with the Sawzall. Yeah. I just don't know if we want to do that before or after you're done with the torch.
It doesn't matter too much.
I guess, yeah. Okay, I'll get the Sawzall. I Sawzalled a couple lines. Now Josh is just cutting anything else that's in there, including the shift rod. So all you VW purists,
Suck it.
Suck it, exactly. Whatever that was, it was unhappy. I would cut the shift rod this side of the knuckle on it, like towards the front, so that whoever buys it still has usable parts. Do you want that water?
Maybe. The rubber bushing is on fire.
That'll happen.
It's on fire. It's good.
Good. Problem solved.
That really was a problem.
That's also a problem solved. No, it's, you got one more on that side, yeah. You can probably do it from this side a little easier. Or right there. Your choice, really. pretty big line if that was a fuel line.
Maybe. I don't know. Something was a gas line. I could smell it.
Now, can you cut above that shift rod very easy is the question.
I'm sure it will, but I'm just wondering if it'll cut like
Well, if you cut up through, we'll see where it is on the floor, and we could probably cut it from the inside. You know? Oh yeah, that's inside.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see the flames inside. Let's set it down. I don't know if it's on fire, but there's definitely some smoke coming out of the venting and above the cab.
Open window.
It's kind of... Oh yeah, look at that. It's like Cheech and Chong's Volkswagen here. Oh yeah, there's some smoldering insulation and a whole bunch of melted sound deadener.
Where did it come through?
I don't know. Pull that up.
It is?
There you go, found it. Woo! Oh, I'm fine. I just had to... I wasn't a smoker, Josh. I'm not used to it.
Yeah, you little bitch lungs.
That, the bitch lungs. It's fine. So now, the body's starting to twist a little. The doors don't open too well, so we're going to put a jack under the engine. And we reassessed this, and we're going to cut a big chunk out of the back, because that's all going to be gone anyway. So essentially that white piece, we're going to cut that out, leave the inner fenders, leave the pan for now. We'll just cut it all out, get rid of all that. We'll probably cut this right along here with the Sawzall, right along here, and right underneath that trim piece. And then that should free the whole rear half. And then we'll pop those last two bolts, and then hopefully it should come down, in theory. All right, so the new plan is we're gonna bring the forklift or the Bobcat in, get the forks underneath the engine assembly, pop these two bolts, and then see if hopefully it wants to drop down. Here we go. That is the wrong way to remove the engine and transmission from your Beetle, but it's the right way for us. Look at all these lines. That's a lot of junk. Those were park brake cables. They just ran through us. How do you feel?
Like my lungs have taken some damage.
I blame you for everything. Catch us in the next one. I think I'm going to leave a camera behind in case he gets ambitious before I get back, which I doubt. But he's got a bunch more cutting to do on this, and then we've got a bunch more cutting to do on the front clip of that Cavalier, so we can kind of put one under the other. But that's like measurements and maths and science and stuff, and that's beyond me, so that's all him. Yeah, follow me on Instagram, SparklyBuilt, and we'll catch you in the next one. Probably more Beetle work, probably a couple weeks from now. Thanks for watching, guys.
Super Beetle.